Hello, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Diablo 4. In the background I've just got some random footage of me farming, and I'm going to be doing a voiceover over it while I tell you a couple of tips, just some ideas, just some things that you should be working on when you get to level 50, because I'm sure there are a lot of players who haven't really looked into it yet, so a video like this is probably useful to you. So let's get right into it. Before I do though, please like, comment, and subscribe if this video is of any help to you. Alright, so first thing, but right when you hit level 50, you're going to go do your capstone dungeon. You can do the capstone dungeon to unlock tier 3 before that, but that's definitely the first thing you're going to want to do before anything else. Being on world tier 3, you can actually drop, uniques, sacred items. It just, all the loot goes up in quality and you get more XP. So it's more efficient to be on world tier 3. And that's the absolute first thing you should do. Game tells you to go do it, so you should already be aware of that. If you haven't done it yet, go do it. The capstone dungeon doesn't have a limit on the number of times you can die in it, so it's pretty easy. I did a full playthrough of mine, so you can see what it's like. It's really just a normal dungeon that is just a couple levels above level 50. I think it's actually just scaled to be like a couple levels above you wherever you are at. So it's really more of a level and gear check. It shouldn't be hard for you at all. And if you die a few times, it's fine. Just get through it, because it'll save you a lot of time being on world tier 3 compared to not. So once you're on world tier 3, or even when you're on tier 2, you can go and get legendary aspects from any of the dungeons, and that's what you should first get. Start getting some gear from world tier 3 or upper, good gear from tier 2 when you're approaching level 50, and start putting some decent legendary aspects on it. The best one is, I believe, Edge Masters. That one kind of buffs every build's damage, and you can definitely go get that one. Just type in Edge Masters aspect, and it should pop up with the dungeon. I can't remember which one it is off the top of my head. If I can go find it, I'll put it on the screen right now. I'll edit it in. But yeah, just get any aspects that are generic DPS increases, anything that seems like it would work with your build. Really, any of it will be good. Just farm some gold. If you need some gold, you can just sell stuff. Just farm inventory of equipment and go sell it, and you'll have more than enough to slap a couple of legendary aspects on there. It shouldn't take you too long. The game kind of just throws gold at you. So once you have some legendary aspects on your gear, and your gear's pretty good, and you're on world tier 3, you're going to start farming renown and world completion. Now, I point out this because the renown and world completion, especially Altars of Lilith, gives you permanent stat increases the amount of those ore bowls, the currency that you can use to gamble for loot, kind of similar to blood shards in Diablo 3. Gives you higher cap on those, so just makes you more efficient, gives you flat stat increases, all very much worth investing your time into. And if you're like me, well, you're a completionist, you're going to want to work on that stuff anyway. So there's another thing about farming the renown and going around to the altars of Lilith, is when you're doing those, you really want to prioritize doing them in Hell Tides, or where the Tree of Whispers bounties. I'm just going to call them bounties because that's what they are. They're basically the bounties from Diablo 3, except a little bit better. But you're going to want to prioritize doing it in areas where there's a Helltide, which only spawns on World Tier 3, which is why we're getting that first, or where there's Tree of Whispers content, because you want to try to double up on those and be more efficient with your time. It will just lead to more loot, more XP, all that good stuff, which the more loot and XP you're getting, the faster you're going to progress, and then you can start getting up towards level 100, towards that pinnacle boss, and all the rest of the content, like the nightmare dungeons. So once you've done all of that, honestly, that's kind of the loop, is just running around, doing world completion, and doing the Helltides and Tree of Whispers, and then eventually you'll unlock nightmare dungeons. And I actually have not done a nightmare dungeon yet, so I will be back once I've gotten into those and gotten to experiment with them. And, you'll be leveling your Paragon board, getting more stats, getting more gear, and it'll all sort of compound on itself like things do in ARPGs. This is how it always goes with Diablo. You get the ball rolling, and it just snowballs from there. You just become more and more powerful. The other thing that you'll want to do after that is, honestly, just level up. You'll be in that loop, and you'll just keep leveling. There is a dungeon in, it's Malnock, I believe is what it's called. It's a stronghold with 2 dungeons in it, and that's technically the fastest way to level up, is to get a group and just run those 2 dungeons at Malnock and run between them. I don't do that because I find it pretty boring, and I'm not really trying to speed run to max level. Maybe on a hardcore character to try to be one of the top 1,000 if I feel like doing that. I'm really leveling this character first, but that is the other thing you should be doing if you really want to be efficient. I don't find it very enjoyable, so I haven't been doing it, and I really like the world completion stuff, so I've been doing that instead. So don't feel pressured to do it if you don't find grinding those same two dungeons enjoyable. You don't have to do it, of course. You can just level up and get gear through the world completion. But once you've got your gear together, if you're not at level 100, that's probably where you should go. Just go grind those two until you get to 100, basically, because that's just going to be the fastest way. Or you can just keep doing hell tides and stuff. Who cares? Do whatever's fun. Enjoy the game. Don't let people tell you to be efficient if you don't want to be. But I figured I'd just put this out there for people who want to be efficient, just to give a clear list of the things that you definitely should go do at level 50. And any content you do along the way, it's just going to get you more XP and gear. They've kind of designed the world around you, just kind of going wherever. It's a lot of fun to do with a group. So, enjoy the game. If this video helped you at all and gave you some direction, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I really appreciate you watching and giving me your time. I will catch you all in the next video. Bye-bye.